Hi everyone, welcome back to a new post today. Let's discuss the most important topics that you need to keep track for August 10th, 11th and 12th. The very first is about Democratic People's Republic of Korea's concern about an anti-terror exercise that is going to be conducted by USA and South Korea in Seoul. It is called as Ulchi Freedom Shield. Now, this is the name of an anti-terror exercise that was started last year in response to the nuclear threat from DPRK, officially the official name of North Korea. So this is about the Ulchi Freedom Shield anti-terror exercise, and the Parliament now has passed, the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha both have passed the coastal a bill to boost the coastal economy of the country. We have a long coastline of 11,098 kilometers spanning 9 coastal states and 4 union territories. It is called as the Coastal Shipping Bill of 2025, and it is set to unlock the tremendous potential of the coastline. It seeks to simplify and modernize the legal framework governing coastal shipping. It is and also replacing the Merchant Shipping Act of 1958 with a new age and a progressive bill with global cabotage norms as well. Now, India also aims to increase the coastal cargo by this bill to 230 million metric tons by 2030, strengthening Atmanirbhar Bharat and Viksit Bharat. It also provides a database of coastal shipping, enabling real-time access to authentic and updated data. And with the passage of the Coastal Shipping Bill, it is very critical that the Parliament has approved the approval for all the 3 critical marine legislations, that is the Merchant Shipping Bill of 2025, the Carriage of Goods by Sea Bill of 2025 and the Coastal Shipping Act, paving the way for a modern, efficient and self-reliant coastal ecosystem. The government now has passed the National Sports Governance Bill. Now, this bill seeks to provide for recognition of national bodies and regulate their functioning. It provides for the establishment of a National Olympic Committee, National Paralympic Committee and a national and regional sports federation for each designated sport. The national bodies will have affiliation with the respective international bodies. The bill will empower central government to establish a national sports board that will grant recognition to the national sports bodies and register their affiliate units. The bill also provides constituting a national sports tribunal for adjudication of disputes as well. And the National Anti-Doping Amendment Bill 2025 seeks to amend the National Anti-Doping Act of 2022. Doping is consumption of certain prohibited substances to enhance the performance of the athletes. It is illegal in sports. An act gives effect to UNESCO Convention Against Doping in Sports. It prohibits doping in sports and provides for a framework for testing, enforcement and adjudication of violations. It establishes the National Anti-Doping Agency to implement the anti-doping rules. It establishes a National Board for Anti-Doping in Sports to oversee the activities of the National Anti-Doping Agency and advise the central government on anti-doping regulations. Now, the World Lion Day was celebrated on August 10 to highlight the importance of protecting the amazing animals, a group of whom is called as a pride. Now, the day started in 2013 and Barda near Porbandar in Gujarat is a beacon of conservation for the Asiatic lions or the Indian lions in India. This sanctuary is an example of community reservation practices that see the Maldaris participate in the conservation of lions. They allow the lions to feed on their cattle and the government compensates the Maldaris for the cattle loss. Apart from that, August 15, 2020, 5 years back, Project Lion was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a dedicated project to save the lion. And India launched the International Big Cat Alliance to protect 7 lions. The ASEAN-India Free Trade Agreement was in discussion because of the news with India signing many free trade agreements, especially with US, UK coming into force and also planning one with the EU as well. Now, it aims to liberalize the tariffs on 90% of the goods between ASEAN countries and India with specific timelines for less developed ASEAN as well. It was signed in 2009 and implemented in 2010. It establishes to promote trade and economic cooperation between the 2 regions. And the 5th ASEAN India Youth Summit is going to be held from 27th August to 31st in Goa. The summit's theme is Connecting the Youth, Shaping the Future. It will bring together the young leaders of Southeast Asia and India to foster collaboration and to build a resilient future. Besides, the Youth Summit will also see celebration of the ASEAN India Year of Tourism with a budget of 5 million to join initiatives, and also events include ASEAN India Cruise Dialogue in June and ASEAN India Women's Scientist Conclave as well. Government of India has approved 4 additional semiconductor manufacturing projects under India Semiconductor Mission. 2 of these will be built in Odisha, the others in Andhra Pradesh and Punjab. Now, as with these approvals, there are total 10 semiconductor projects worth around 1.60 trillion as of now to be developed in 6 states. These projects will aim to boost chip production, strengthen India's electronics manufacturing system, and also create jobs. The Director General of Foreign Trade now has been directed by the Ministry of Commerce to stop inland imports of jute products from the land ports from Bangladesh. The Director General of Foreign Trade is an organization under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. It is now chaired by Sri Santosh Kumar Sarangi. It is responsible for formulating and implementing India's foreign trade policy and also with the primary goal of promoting the exports of the country. It advises the central government on foreign trade policy. It is responsible for executing that policy as well. It is headquartered in New Delhi, and the key facilities offered by this body is providing information on trade related developments like WTO agreements, rules of origin, anti-dumping issues, managing export licenses, restrictions for restricted items and other categories as well. Shresht was news recently. It was an initiative proposed by the Central Drug Standards Control Organization. It aims to drive improvements in performance of state drug regulatory authorities across India, ensuring a drug safety and quality standards are consistently met. It is a first of its kind initiative to benchmark and strengthen state drug regulatory systems through transparent and data-driven framework. It is called the State Health Regulatory Excellence Index. And Swamitwa scheme achieved a milestone recently. In short, it is called Survey of Villages and Mapping with Improvised Technology in the Village Area. It is a central sector scheme of the Ministry of Panchayati Raj to provide rural citizens with legal ownership of their residential properties. It uses drone technology to map the parcels of inhabited rural areas, issuing property cards, also called as title deeds, to the owners. The initiative aims to provide reduced property disputes, create accurate land records, and enable rural population to leverage the property for financial benefits like loans. And lastly, India now wants to end sickle cell anemia by 2047. We have a dedicated mission by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare called as National Mission of Sickle Cell Diseases, and this mission seeks to end sickle cell, make India sickle cell free by 2047. Sickle cell is a genetic blood disease that affects the whole lifespan of an affected individual. It's most common in tribal populations of the country, but also seen in non-tribal areas. It causes anemia, reduced growth, affects the growth of organs like lungs, kidneys, hearts, eyes, bones, brains. And India has the largest density of the sickle cell affected population in the world. As per 2011, we have tribal population of 8.6 people, which is 67.8 million. And many of these people are, and most of the tribal population are affected by sickle cell anemia. We have comprehensive guidelines for prevention and management of the hemoglobinopathies, which is called thalassemia and sickle cell disease, and also funds are provided by the central government for eradicating the sickle cell disease as well. Apart from this, we have Lok Sabha Speaker constituting a 3-member committee to look into the charges of the recent Judge Justice Yashwant Verma, in whose home sacks of cash were found. and now this 3-member committee is formed under the Judges Inquiry Act of 1968. It will consist of Madras High Court Justice Maninder Mohan, Karnataka High Court Judge B.V. Acharya, and also Chief Justice the Supreme Court Judge Arvind Kumar as well. The committee will now investigate into the charges of Justice Verma and submit its report. Once the charges are sought into and it is proved, then the houses will go on voting on the motion. The motion has to be passed by 2 houses before going for the president for assent, and once the president agrees, the judge will stand impeached. So this is the procedure for motion set for impeachment of Justice Verma, the Delhi High Court judge, and these are the most important topics I thought I should be tracking for you all for August 10th, 11th and 12th. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment at the end of the video. I shall see you in my new post. Until then, it's very happy learning.